All right, welcome everyone. This is Simon Chan, and today we're going to talk about 10 ways to use social media to convince people to join you. Uh, about 3 weeks ago, sent an email out, what do you want to learn? And based on all the replies back, I figured this was the best topic for you. So good to see everyone here. I have two surprises for you. One I'm going to share in a few seconds, but let me know where you're dialing in from. I'm out in Los Angeles, just got back from a weekend trip in Arizona. Shout out to people in Arizona, beautiful state, hot, but beautiful. But good to be back. We have Mimi out of Ohio. Mimi, good to see you. Cindy Justice, my friend, love your cards out in Texas. But Dupe, my friend, you made it. Good to see you here. We have South Africa, Malabaste. Hey, Batsy, that is awesome. I know that's very, very late for you out there in the middle of the night. Abe Whitman, my friend, good to see you out in Tennessee. Greg Pryor, good to see you on here. You made it. Ed Harris out in St. Lucia, good to see you here. All right, we are going to, today, I'm going to do something special, okay? I had all of this presentation prepared, and about 40 minutes ago, I had you know what? For those of you who got in on time, I want to do something special. Instead of doing Q&A, because I think one of the favorite parts of these master classes is the Q&A, right? And like I said, I'm here to serve you. Purpose is greater than money. I'm here to serve you. So I'm thinking about, you always reward the people who come in early. So for everyone on here, instead of waiting for the live Q&A, I'm just going to do totally something different. What would you want me to cover? So that's the first surprise. So instead of going through the slides and all that, I will talk about some of it, about the simple online system, the 6 steps. But what do you want to learn? What questions do you have? But I want you to think for maybe 1 or 2 things on your mind right now, or where you're stuck at. And let's just do a live Q&A and have fun, right? I think a lot of the answers would be related to social media. You can ask me, but let's do this. How do you like that idea? Instead of you sitting back and just take notes or whatever, let's make it interactive. Mimi, what is something you want to ask me? Or Maisha, where are you stuck at? All right, Stu Jones, good to see you. What do you want to learn? Tom, what's holding you back? Yeah, I want you to be proactive. I think because I thought you're teaching my boys this because they want to be entrepreneurs. So you got to be proactive, right? Instead of like me feeding you, which I will, right? I want to see where you're stuck at, right? So why don't you all think for a second? I like this to be interactive. What would you want me to cover and talk about? All right. So Ed says, I want to get a post for Facebook that'll go viral. Okay. Abe says more ChatGPT practice tips. So give me a specific question. Okay, more specific, right? So let me talk about Ed's, and then how about going viral, right? So first, like if you talk about going viral, let me stop my screen share. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Viral doesn't necessarily mean it will convert to leads or prospects for your business. Okay, that doesn't necessarily mean it will. So instead of going viral, because you can go viral and it leads to no money, right? And I actually have seen people who have gotten like a huge reach, right? If you reach relatively huge reach, maybe you have 1,000 followers and go 50,000, but hasn't led to any income. As opposed to some people who have a small reach, but they are actually converts, right? And I would actually say often the stuff that goes viral doesn't necessarily convert, because in order to go viral, and what's your definition of viral? Like 1 million, 5 million, or 10,000, 50,000? That the definition of viral is also, everyone's different definitions, okay? But generally, if you want to reach the broad people, it doesn't necessarily convert to customers or signups for your business. It's better to have a post that maybe only just say 10 people really resonate with it, really believe in it, have strong opinions about it, and have a connection with you, and you can convert 10 out of 10. Then have like a post that goes 100,000, but it's the general population, right? Does that make sense? So at first, when I say, I want to go viral, everyone wants to go viral, but does it convert? Right? A lot of virals, how many of the stuff you see on TikTok or Instagram that goes viral actually makes money? And does that make sense? Okay. And generally, the principle of marketing is if you want to prospect online, have results online, you need to connect with a specific audience, right? Now, if you say, like again, it goes back to the definition of viral. Viral means like the whole America, 100 million people. Normally, 100 million people, the stuff is not going to convert really well, right? Specifically, because if you just say I'm going to have 100 million people, 100 million people in America are not going to be in the network marketing, regardless of how much we love our profession. But a certain group would, certain group that has your products needs, has the needs for your product service would. So you got to have a connection with them. So the first step is, now is actually part of one of the 10 ways, is you have to have a target audience. Who's your target audience that you want to connect with that? Right. And so your target audience generally is the person you were before you got started in network marketing. All right. So why? Is because you know that person really well. You know the problems, you know what they like, right? You know what the problem, what makes them excited, what they enjoy, what the hobbies are, what frustrates them, what annoys them. So that is the best target audience because you can create content that they can relate to. Does it make sense? Okay. So now you can go quote unquote viral, popular within that target audience, right? And that target audience, and with that, you think about what problems they have. So we'll talk about the 10 things, right? Number one was, I'm actually have a checklist here. Number one is, and I'm actually going to make sure. Number one is having that target audience, who you were before you got started. And then you list out 10 of the problems then. What are 10 of the problems they have? Right? And if you're not sure what problems, here are 4 things that everyone wants. If you ask people for what are their goals for the year, what is something they want to achieve, they all want one of these 4 things. Number one is better health, right? They're healthier or more money or better relationships or more time. Right? Either of those 4 things. Everyone has one of those 4 needs. Maybe at one point, everything you want a better relationships. You're single, you want to find a spouse. Maybe at one time you didn't have money, or maybe one time you needed more time with your kids, right? Or maybe you needed better health. Hopefully, not all 4. You're hurting in all those 4 areas, right? But people in general they have all problems in all 40 areas. So you can focus on those 4 areas and offer solutions to that problem. And in that case, you will kind of go viral, quote unquote viral within that audience. Okay? Does that make sense, Ed? And let's go deeper into that. I see some of the questions here. Let me know. I'm going to turn on the air conditioning real quick. But let me know if you want me to go deeper into that, because that's a really important concept. I'm still here. Right? So, for example, I built like two successful businesses using online. I never went to try to go viral, but instead I choose a target audience, right? For when I start building my network marketing business, it was people who are young and corporate professionals, right? And what were their problems? Their problem was either discrimination in the workplace, or working long hours, or too hard to climb the corporate ladder, or they didn't find fulfillment in a job anymore after working for 7, 8 years. That's the target audience. And I start creating content for that, right? And now viral didn't go like thousands, didn't go 10, 20,000, but I had a huge small following that was very loyal. right? Even with MLM Nation, I didn't say I'm going to go viral and have like millions of people. I don't need millions of people. You only need a certain amount of people. In fact, I talked about this. I'm going to talk about this in tomorrow's pet talk. You gave me a great such idea, Ed. And this comes from my mentor, Zig Ziglar, right? He says, if you help enough people get what they want in life, you get everything you want in life. Right? If you help enough people get what they want in life, you get everything you want in life. You do not need to go viral to make 6 figures or 7 figures. You just need to help enough people. Enough people could be 5 people, could be 20 people, could be 100 people, could be 1,000 people. But you don't need to go viral and hit millions of people. But I think about I just met someone, right? In Arizona, I stayed at Airbnb. This guy's an entrepreneur. This guy's made 7 figures, multiple 70 figures, right? He has a business that is very interesting. It's like he imports. Maybe I shouldn't give this business away, but anyway, he imports high quality food products into Arizona. That's his niche, not to California, not to go, and he makes 7 figures doing that, right? Now, who does he, high-end products from Hawaii, who targets them? High-end restaurants want certain qualities type of stuff that in Hawaii is a lot better than other places. And he helps that niche, right? Does he help me? I'm totally not interested in that. Doesn't matter. If you help enough people get what they want, and he services high-end restaurants, they would have paid him a lot of money for it. Built a 7-figure business doing that, right? So hopefully that makes sense. You don't need to go viral. I think a lot of people who talk about viral, how many people actually make money from that? If I look at the people I've interviewed on MLM Nation, like this week's podcast with Christina Grigat, she didn't go viral. Multiple 6-figure earner. Right? Last week, Don Martin definitely didn't go viral. It's made over 8 figures, maybe almost 8 figures in the business, right? Almost 10 million lifetime commissions. Didn't go viral, but they definitely focused on helping enough people. They definitely really poured all their guts, everything to help out enough people get what they want. All right, so provide that target audience and give value in what ways? Money, health, relationships, time. You always get paid for the value you contribute to the marketplace. Okay, you always get paid for the value. So Ed, how much value are you giving? So one of the things that is very important, right? If you look at, and this doesn't matter what platform you use, you have to have a good profile picture and a good cover photo where people feel they know you, like you, and trust you. And they feel they know you, like you, and trust you, then they will buy. So someone asked this question, okay? How do I introduce my products without being salesy? Jasper, right? Jasper, where are you from? Jasper, that's a very cool name. Jasper Henry. You don't sell on social media, but you give value on social media. And then you share about who you are on social media. What do you like to do? Your family, share. And when they feel they know who you are, Jasper, if you're from St. Lucia, when they feel they know you and they feel like maybe they like you and they'll trust you. All right. And then the whole purpose of social media is you don't sell on social media. If you're selling on social media, you're being pushy. It is to get into the DMs, get into the messages. Okay, just like you were invited to this to this masterclass, right? Giving value. Right? And why are you? Some of you are on here. Why are you even on here tonight? Right? Your time is valuable. You're on here because you trust me, right? Because over the years I've consistently given value, whether it's through a podcast or the pep talks or the live videos I've done. Cheryl Tavares, good to see you. So Jasper, that's how you don't salesy. If you want to post about your product, generally you're being salesy. In fact, I want you to write this rule. You should increase curiosity and decrease alarm. Right? If I feel like, oh, Jasper's trying to sell me, then you're doing the wrong way. If you look at the people I interviewed on ML Nation podcast, try to figure out what company they're in. They never post about the products, very rarely, right? It's very difficult to figure out what company they're in. So that should give you a clue on how to do it. Okay. So Cheryl, in the content I just talked about it, I know you just hopped on, is find your target audience, which is who you were before you got started, and then you provide value. You provide solutions to their problems. You share what you learned. Now, let me ask you this. I'm going to challenge you, every one of you, this. All right. How many of you have learned something from the profession? Type in the one. Whether it's from your team, your upline, and your company conventions, or from me. Something you learned. Right? Abe, you learned. Cindy, you definitely learned. Greg, you learned. Cheryl, I know you've definitely learned. Right? So whatever you learned, Mimi, you learned, go share that with your audience. That's Stu, you learned, share that with your audience. Don't hold it back. Instead of trying to go viral, try to focus on being useful. Being a person of value, because you always get paid for the value you contribute to the marketplace. Okay, you don't get paid to go viral. You don't get paid to be cool. You get paid for the value you contribute. So the more you're helping people, that's what you get paid. So Cheryl, you know, you have a lot of content you've learned. Don't hold it back and save it for yourself. Share it with people, right? If you help enough people get what they want, you get everything you want. Now I'm going to talk about a couple of things too. Well, if you get nervous, hold on. If you get nervous, that is something I'm going to share with you. So I'll give you some feedback, right? That my mentor once told me that was kind of like a punch in the face. I kind of got annoyed, but then I realized it was so true. All right, so my question for you, if any of you feel nervous, and I know Cheryl is not the only one. A lot of you feel like, what are people going to think about me? How I look stupid, or I'm not good enough. I haven't been successful yet, right? A lot of you feel that way. Have felt that way. It's because of your pride, your ego, right? So who cares about how you say things, Cheryl? Just say it. Help. If you help enough, just one person, you made their life better. Now, who cares if 99% don't like it? Hey, a lot of people don't like the stuff I post. A lot of people hate network marketing, hate the stuff I post. I don't care. I'm here to serve you. I don't care. I'm here to, right now, there's 23 people on. I'm here to serve the 23 people on. There's like probably 100 people, 1,000 that hate it. I don't care. Right? Don't let your pride or ego get in the way of service. I challenge you with that. Okay? Don't let your pride and ego get in. So if you're worried about what people think, it's because your pride and ego is letting the way of serving. You have a lot of knowledge stuff you can serve. Who cares what people think? And I know right now, the live right now is 23, but there's going to be a lot more people on who catch the replay, right? With different time zones. So, and normally I don't focus, there's only 5 people on, or there's 550 people on, or sometimes I speak to 700 people, right? Oh, I'm excited. No, I'm here to serve, right? Just because I speak to 700 people, it doesn't mean all get it or want it. Right? Focus on serving. And here's something to help you is to get over the nervousness. If you feel like, I'm going to speak to 1,000 people are going to see this. What are they going to think of me? Oh no, is my hat look right? Am my shirt looking good? My background's good. Then you start freaking out. Am I using the words too long or too short? Just go serve. Stop letting your ego and pride get in the way. And by the way, if you think you are too long-winded, you can develop your own style. Just because, and you don't copy other people too, right? Don't copy other people. Because some people who are short, so Cheryl, you said short and succinct, that's for a certain audience though. certain audience may want to read more. So make sure the person you copy, that may be totally wrong for your audience. Right? So for example, I probably speak on the faster side, faster, higher energy. Some people tell me you got to tone it down, you can overwhelm people, but you got to copy their style. But that's not my style, number one. And number two, my audience likes the way I'm straight and direct. If I say something's bad, I say it sucks, it's bad. I'm not going to sugarcoat things. Now, of course, a lot of people don't like it, but there's a lot of people, you're on here watching this, you do like it. You connect with that, right? And so it goes back to your target audience. Like part of my target audience is some people who they don't like the fluff, they don't need the rah-rah motivation. They just want to give it straight to the point. Be direct and straight to the point and save me time. Right? Isn't that what you are? You're watching this, right? If you're still watching this on a replay, you're still on here, it's because you like my style. Right? But if I copy someone else's style, then I will lose you. If I spoke slower, if I was more, quote, gentle, more indirect, I'll probably lose you all. Right? Because that's not me. Like Greg Pryor, he professed the non-fluff. But some people do like fluff. You know, so there's a lot of people who do like fluff. They need that motivation, feel good to go. They're more sensitive, right? They need that. Mimi, you're welcome. And that's why you're on here, right? So you see that point? If I was like, whoa, you know, Mimi and Greg likes the non-fluff. I think a lot of you do, like very straight and direct, hands-on. This is what you do. But if I was like, well, that person, that trainer style is different, then like I may offend some of them. I'm so direct. I'm going to change my style. Then that wouldn't be me. You probably wouldn't connect with me. So I don't worry about that. I focus on target audience. The target audience is also not 10,000 people. I have one person in mind. That's my target audience. Right? Some of you are my target audience. Right? When you focus on a target audience, by the way, that doesn't mean you only get that person. Right? My target audience, it's like 30 to 45 female with mom, right? Who have kids. Like Mimi don't know. You're like in that target audience. Right? That doesn't mean Abe doesn't follow me. Stu Jones doesn't follow me. Greg Pryor doesn't follow me. Right? It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that Cindy Justice doesn't follow me. They still do. But when you're creating content, focus on one person and makes it a lot easier. Because you're thinking about, I gotta place this one. I'm gonna go viral, get everyone. Then you're stuck. Then you don't even know where to start. This is helpful. Yep. Okay. So for those who come on here a little bit late, I just decided to do something different, like in terms of serving. Like instead of waiting for Q&A at the end, I'm just going to do something a little bit harder and just do Q&A the whole time. And we'll talk about social media. All right. Now, you're going to ask me non-social media questions, but the answers are all going to somehow relate back to social media because that's the really way how everyone's building their business. And this AC likes to turn off. Hold on. All right. You know, it's always like it's free, it's code, but once I start talking, I just fire myself up. And I guess if I slow down and slow my pace, I wouldn't have to worry about that. But no, that wouldn't be me. I should make myself, it's kind of hot here. All right, let me look at some other questions here. Greg, I'm glad that was helpful. More ChatGPT practice tips. So Abe, I think with the ChatGPT, right? If you want ChatGPT to create content for you, I don't necessarily you need to copy word for word. You can ask them for tips and ideas, right? So for example, one way to use ChatGPT would be like, just say your target audience is someone that is, just say 30 to 45 female, that's for me, right? It's something I could use, who is in network marketing with 2 kids. What are the top 10 things they Google for? What are the top 10 problems they have? Right? What are the top 10 reasons why mothers quit network marketing? I would use, you know, it would take me forever to like Google and find that. I'll ask ChatGPT for that. Okay, I'll use ChatGPT and it'll give me answers and it'll give me content ideas. Right? By the way, I use ChatGPT I use it more than Google now. I actually find it much easier than Google. I have like a paid subscription. I just use it much simpler, much quicker, saves you time. So that's what I would use for content ideas. Well, this person, what would they do? Right? Or like if I have a prospect in St. Lucia, right? Just had some talk to someone from St. Lucia, and I'm being the ignorant person. I don't know much about St. Lucia except for you won the gold medal, right? I wanted to like, what are the problems? What are the main issues are? I was like, what are the top 10 problems that someone in St. Lucia face? What are the top economic and political issues they face? What keeps people worried about? What do they talk about? I'll ask ChatGPT that, they'll come up with a list of things, right? So when I use that, now when I talk to the prospect, I can ask them about common talking points. Much easier than because it's all about connection, right? The more, think about it, any culture, the more I show interest in your culture, the more you think I'm cool. Again, know, like, and trust. The more they know, like, and you get people to know, like, and trust you, the more you show something in common to like it. So I would use ChatGPT and find that out. What are some things they worry about, the problems? Again, I want to be a problem solver, right? Solution provider. Because if I help someone, then people are like, wow, this guy Simon is useful. He'll start following me. He'll start trusting me. And the key is like give. And maybe they ask him, what do you actually do? That's when you sell them. So going back to Jasper's question, you don't sell on social media. You give value on social media. You create curiosity for potentially to create a conversation. And the money is in the DMs. Someone once said this, the money is in the DMs. The money is in the messages, right? When they're communicating with you, that's when the chance you can sell them, but not on social media. Okay, you're going to bring them somewhere else to sell them. Bring them on the Zoom to sell them. Bring them on the email list to sell them. But you're not selling on social media. Okay. So Cheryl, I haven't looked at your profile or whatever, but to provide better content, serve. And it's really important. If I click on your profile within 10 seconds, 15 seconds, I should know how you look like, where you live, your family. I should look at it really quickly. Okay. So let me just share something with you. No, I'm not. I was going to highlight a few things, but like people that I personally coach in the consistency champions. If you click on the profile, you immediately within 10, at most 20 seconds, have an idea what they do. Right? So actually, you know what? I'm going to well, TikTok, whatever, is the same thing. You provide value, right? Think of the people you follow on TikTok or any platform. It's about value, right? Value, are you giving value? Could be also entertainment. You make people laugh, that's value. Anyone that you follow on any platform is because of value. You watch the stuff you watch on TV, if you watch TV, is value, right? Or websites you go to, whether you go to ESPN.com, I go to ESPN.com because I find value in following sports. Or you go to Netflix, there's value, entertainment value, right? They will only follow you if you give value. And the value is either you teach them something, you inspire them, or you entertain them. That's the reason they'll follow you, right? You're either teaching, inspiring, or entertaining. And entertaining is kind of hard unless you have a good humor, sense of humor. Inspiring people is also kind of hard, but teaching is pretty simple, right? You just take what you learned and teach. But when people go to your profile, here's a couple, let me share a few things, right? But he was one of our consistency champions. He has a very specific on who he helps. So these are a couple of things of the 10 ways to help people. Your bio, he helped 50 plus 9-to-5ers build additional income through e-commerce, right? If you click on none of these posts, you can tell what companies he's in or what he does, right? But he's giving value, right? Talk about time management skills. By the way, 2.5 months ago, he had nothing on social media. Right now, I pushed him, I helped him, guided him, right? Another person, give a shout out to Chantel, right? Had no social media presence 6-7 months ago, and just this past month, 5 people reached out to her and become ordered products because of what she's been posting, right? So if you look at what she's doing, what's she doing today? Oh, she's out here, right? Well, not every day she's traveling, but she feels she's traveling, right? What's Christine doing? I don't know where she's going, but you feel like you have a connection. They're going somewhere, or they're having fun they're going to amusement park, right? It's counting money, eating fruits. This is back 2 years ago when they first traveled. Okay, this is a top leaders who earn millions in the Philippines. Dinner time. Okay, this is a big time person earned multiple seven figures. Okay, she does one product stuff. Okay, but she doesn't share the name of the company. This person hanging out. So these are people I've coached or 6-7 figure earners, right? She's another person I had on the podcast. Talked about previous trip, Athens, what they're doing, what they're eating. Let me share another person. Cello, this person did one-on-one coaching with me. Let me see. All right. She actually won a trip there. But you can find out if you look at her profile. Yeah, this is important. The cover image. How many of you have, even on TikTok, do you have a good cover image? Do you have, I'm sorry, this is a profile image. Do you have a good cover image, right? That's her family. I'll share someone with you. You talk about, oh, I'm too old or whatever. Hey, here's someone I'm really proud of, Boyce Pittman. He's one of my consistency champions. You immediately have an image of a wife, right? Him and his wife. He plays the guitar. What he's been doing, right? He's been traveling. He was on a coaching call. Here's a tip. This is one of the 10 ways. Share your commitment on social media. How committed, Cheryl, are you to your business? When people click on your profile, can they tell you're committed, right? He was on a call learning about his business. This is when I'm hanging out in the ocean, right? Right, sharing what you learned. He learned something from John Maxwell. He's not creating original content. The credibility of a leader is not in what he does or he or she says, but what he or she does. He learned something, felt it was important to share, and shared it here. Okay, doing a quick live video talking about what they've done. Now, some of these videos, it's not like it's tens of thousands, but people are seeing it, right? Especially, it's not just cold market, but people are warm market also seeing it. And when they see it over and over again, that builds trust. That builds trust and credibility. So hopefully that was helpful. Let me go back to other questions here. And was that helpful? I just to let you see what people are doing. Drop into 3. That was helpful. Cheryl, hopefully that was helpful for you as well. Okay. See questions. So Cindy Justice, my friend, so what platform is more conducive to adding team members? They're all good. Now, it depends on your target audience. Your target audience, Cindy, what your age, who you were, right? Just say you were your age group. Most people, which platform do they spend the most time on? That's the platform you should be using. Most people, they go the wrong way. Like, everyone's doing TikTok, I need to do TikTok. Everyone's doing this, I need to do this. Well, then you're always chasing because everyone is always changing, right? There's always, now it's TikTok, another 2-3 years could be different. Well, Snapchat, teenagers use Snapchat all the time. They don't use any other platform. So if I want to get the younger people, I need to go, just say you, for example, if you're like 60 plus, I need to go on Snapchat because this young generation, which has all the money, they don't use any Facebook or TikTok. That's the parents' generation. Well, yes, true. But if you Snapchat, what would make a teenager want to join you? Right? So if you're chasing the latest platform, hottest, you're always going to be chasing, and you're never going to get good at it because it's constantly changing as well. So hopefully that answers your question, Cindy. Right? Choose the one that your target audience is on. All right, Mimi, you have a question here. How to be more personal on social media on posts and follow-up messages? So the best way is when you're on social media, you refer to something they've posted, right? So if I was on Boyce's profile before, right? Let me just share this again. If I was on his profile, I was like, hey, I love that beautiful picture, cover image of you and your wife, assume. Where was that taken? Right? I would ask that question. Or, hey, the picture of you with the waterfall behind seems like a really fun. Where was that? Right? So the way to connect is you always want to. I actually have something to talk about the three rules to be a powerful connector, communicator. And one of the rules is you want to talk about something in common. Okay, people like people in common. That's why people like people with the same sports teams, same interests, same hobbies. So you always mention something they have in common. All right. Okay, time is flying by. You're having fun. It's gone by so fast. I don't realize it's 36 already. 36 minutes have gone by. Let's see. What are the questions here? Greg, hopefully I answer your question about AI, right? About using AI for content topics and for research. Okay, Brent Terry is, how do you create engaging content for every day when I don't consider my days when I'm working on my day job to be overly interesting to others, while still doing other things I need to be doing, like training, checking stats or of ads? Hey, you know what? You want to create content again. I think we talked a lot about it. It's focus on serving, right? Serving. And also helps, like if you go batch content, if you think about, I'll give you a tip, Brent, which I do, is like, if you think of one thing you're going to talk about, right? So whether it could be time management or it could be marketing lessons. So how to be a better marketer, because you talk about checking stats of ads, right? So just say advertising. And yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, assuming that is your target audience, could be target audience, could be something different. I would like take that one message you're going to take. What's one biggest tip about advertising, right? And then what are 10 things about that? So it's kind of like you have a title of a book, and what would the chapters be? And each of the chapters is a topic that you can talk about, right? And then you also rotate personal stuff in. Make sure you're posting something personal every day. Like, don't assume that I'm not, this is something that I can understand this, but now it gets to like annoy me a little bit. Like, I'm not interesting. I don't have an interesting life. Well, you're being judgmental. If you don't have an interesting life, then you better change that. Then why would someone join you? Make it interesting. Right? Someone once told me this. Imagine you were in the movie. You want to make a scene exciting. That's what made me this master class. Like, how do I make this master class a little bit more exciting? Instead of me going through slides and talking, how about I make it a little more live? Put me on the spot, just ask me any question. Because it's way harder to do this and just teach from a agenda I wrote down, right? How do you make it more interesting? How do you make your life more interesting? Like if you look at, I have a daily gratitude, right? If you give it an example, this is one of my non-negotiables. It doesn't matter how busy I am or where I am. One of my things that's non-negotiable, I do a story of daily gratitude, right? So my daily gratitude is basically like this. Saturday, this is what I did, right? I was with my son, right? Monday, a different picture. Was a different picture. Every day if you follow me, it's a different picture. When I first started, it was the same picture. Oh, I'm riding my bike. That's really boring. So I'm always thinking about what is something I can do that'll make it more interesting, right? So you just gave me an idea where I could, for tomorrow's, I'm going to show me doing this master class. So there you go. I took a 4-second video. That'll be my story for tomorrow's daily gratitude, right? So you just train yourself to be more interesting and be a person that people want to follow. All right. All right, Brent. That was glad that was helpful. And one way to save time, especially you're busy, Brent, is to batch them instead of like trying to do something every day. You may on the weekend just knock out 1 week at a time. Okay, that a lot of times that gets a lot faster. All right. See. Okay. ATOMP, Atomp. Okay, I'm hosting a mystery host party, my customer appreciation group on Facebook. How do I get more active and see posts? I post authentic posts, go live tag. I have 1,000 in the group. I don't necessarily understand your question. You're active and see posts. What do you mean by that? Do you see what other people are posting? I don't understand your question. I'm sorry. Maybe you can elaborate a little bit more. If this is your customer group, you can see, you just click on the group and you see the post. Hey, Amy. So what do you specifically mean by active and see post? Okay, since you're posting authentic posts. All right, I'll get back to your question. Let me answer Stu's question. What numbers should we expect? Number of posts or connections to get a convert. Please share numbers for beginners and someone with experience. All right, so the numbers, if you are someone, right, with content that you feel you're connected with, right? So let me show you something that someone does coaching with me. You shouldn't say, I want to do a post and I'm going to get conversions, right? It takes time. Like this person, JP, he's very good in sharing who he is, right? So with him, he does webinars. He's giving value. Again, he just recently started. Doing social media. He's been building the traditional way. 5 presentations, got 1 sign up, 1 convert. Okay, 5, 1 out of 5. Now, if you have a social media post that doesn't have much, probably 1 out of 200, 300, 1 out of 1,000, right? If people feel they know you, like you, trust you. So let me okay, I'm gonna put this person. Okay, this person, I feel they know the kid. She shares the child with wedding anniversary. What they do? This person, maybe. I probably like the person as a cute kid. 1 out of 20. Does he give value? Is he teaching? Not teaching much, just personal stuff, but shows pretty authentic, right? Something maybe I can trust, right? Maybe a 1 out of 50. Let me see this other person here. Hold on. I want to choose someone that is. These are all leaders. These are all leaders, right? You want to copy what they do. All leaders, they convert probably 1 out of 5, but they're constantly giving value. Right? I'm trying. What I want to choose someone that is not. Well, anyway, most of these people are all giving value, right? So you're gonna have pretty good. If you, I didn't see that. What did it recommend me friends? That part. Well, it's not popping up anymore. If it's someone that doesn't provide much value, then it's probably going to be a lot worse. Let's see this person. Right? You get to see him. Is he giving value? Yeah, maybe 1 out of 50. Right? Not much value. Why should the question is, why should someone follow you? Give me 10 reasons why someone should join you or follow you. Follow this person. If you can't, then the numbers are going to be pretty high. Okay, it's not going to be a low conversion. All right. One other thing, I had 2 surprises for you. Number 1 was live Q&A. Number 2 is I shared. It's coming up. Let me ask Amy's question. I'm trying to create a more active community on my VIP group. How do you get more in the group active and participating on your group? To get more people active in a group, number 1, you have to engage right away. But really, it's about content. Do they even care about what you're providing? Right? What do they care about? What do they care about? Right? Yes, what's in it for them? Right? So if you're not getting much engagement, it's normally because they find other things. So think about your competition, Amy. Your competition is not other companies. Your competition is the funny dance videos right now are going on. I'd rather watch that. I'd rather see what's going on the Monday Night Football. I'd rather see what's going on Netflix or the funny, the silly video, stunt video that went viral. I want to see that. That's your competition. How do you give more value? Going back to the problem they're facing, how can you really reach out to them and connect with them? Make sense? Okay, if you are giving, think about it. If you're giving good content that really connects with people, people will naturally will engage, right? They'll show up. So let me share with you second surprises, because our time was really gone up. I hope you all enjoyed this. You like this? Drop in an 8 if you like it. I actually was planning to go 30 minutes, and we actually went 47 minutes long. Really much longer than I expected, but glad you liked it. Change up the format. I think I'm sharing the screen right now. I want to share something, all right? I haven't done this the entire year. This was something new, this live Q&A. Also, a lot of people have been, I think this will help a lot of you. We talk about BYB just based on your questions. Some of you don't know how to write a post, right? Not sure how to write a post. Maybe Cheryl, that's you. I don't even know giving you the what to do. Or how many of you want me to create content for you and also to prospect for you? So this is the first time I'm offering this in 2024 is a BYB online workshop. It will be on October 4th. And what we do here, okay, it's 7 p.m. Eastern. It's recorded. It's going to be a lot of fun. Number one, you get results and not just pages of notes. So for example, here I'm teaching, but at the workshop, we're actually going to do. So Cheryl, like you're worried about what people think. At the workshop, we're going to be on Zoom and I'm going to make you do it. All right. Now that may sound really scary, intimidating, but that's what you all need. It's not knowledge. You need action. Right? Knowledge, I think a lot of you have all the knowledge. It's not the first time you've seen this, right? Even Abe, you say IoT, you have the knowledge, but not the action. So you're going to get more results in 45 minutes, just the 45 minutes, first 45 minutes. You're going to get more results in the last 6 months. So how does this workshop help you? I get you into action. I also create content for you. And I fill out a content calendar. I actually, like, who asked that question before? Brent. Here's like a blank calendar. At the end of the workshop, you get a full calendar of content. Stuff that I create, I give you ideas on what to post, something that will connect with your audience, or you can fill in with your stuff, but we'll work on content calendar. So the next 3 weeks of content will be all done. How cool is that? So you're going to get excited, and also you get new prospects commenting on the 15 posts I create. So I'm just going to share with you what some people have said. Jasmine, she attended the BYB last night. From one post, she received over 30 engagements. Reason I haven't done this, my son's baseball practices, games always have been on Friday. Most of his practices have been on Fridays. Now he doesn't have Fridays. That opens up, and I can do this. I used to do them, do these at least once a month way back in the day. Okay, back in 2002, 2003, until my personal baseball calendar changed. But now it's opened up, so we get to do them. Okay. Also, this prospect, we're actually going to do live prospecting where we prospect together. All right. If the prospect says, "How much does this cost?" I'll tell you exactly what to do. We'll be on Zoom. We're working together. I'm going to have Melissa share a little bit about her experience from this BYBs.
Hi, my name is Melissa, and I wanted to give some feedback on the BYOB session that I did with Simon Chan 2 weekends ago. I've only been in network marketing about 7 months. I've not been as productive as I would have or should have been. So I wanted to do the BYOB session and gain as much as possible from Simon's experience. It was 4 hours long, but it flew by so quickly. But in those 4 hours, I was the most productive that I've been in those 4 hours alone than the entire 7 months I've been in network marketing. I was able to send out more invitations, do a lot more follow-ups, but also add a lot more friends online. If you're on the fence, I highly recommend that you do it. In those 4 hours alone, I was able to get people interested. They messaged me that they're looking to start or looking to buy products from me. That's the best result I've had in the entire 7 months I've been in network marketing. Highly recommend that you do BYOB. He answers all your questions, gives you a lot of advice, and teaches you a lot of things that maybe you have not even thought about, because I know he taught me a lot. But yes, highly recommend BYOB. Bye.
So, like Melissa said, you can have a lot of fun as you get interested prospects that want to learn more about your business. It's on October 4th at 7 p.m. US Eastern Time. It is also recorded. You get a lifetime recording. You keep yeah, Brent, I'll answer your question in a bit. So, who is this for? Right? It's actually for you, people. Brent, it's for you because you had trouble with the content, right? You struggle to, or for those who struggle to take action, be consistent. You don't know how to create good social media content, or you don't have time to create content, or you're not sure how to reply back to your prospect, because that's my favorite part, is the live prospecting. Or some of you have leaders. Actually, we have some people who are buying tickets for their team members already, because they're taking action, but they need the team to take more action and for the team to hear from someone else. Then it's the same upline as telling them to do stuff, but they're not doing anything, right? And here's the reality: is you take more action when you prospect together with others. So, I know there's a couple other questions. I'll answer them, but some of you do three-way calls through your messages. I'll have Emma share about how that helped her.
Hi, my name's Emma Romano, and it's the first time I've actually been involved in anything like this. I have spent the whole day with Simon, and I don't know, over 100 people in the room. I've been involved in an online company now for a year and a half, and in the last few hours, just in the morning, in the first half hour, I have sent out so many messages and follow-ups, and I'm not joking. Today, I have had more feedback of people asking for my links and videos in one day than they have in a whole year and a half. So I wasn't going to come to this because I'm thinking, it was only a little bit of money too. It's only like $50 or something. It's the best $50 I've ever spent. And I've just signed up for his other stuff, and I'm so excited, and I'm already pumped. And I've already got a three-way appointment made up. It's crazy. It's amazing. So if you're on the fence about doing this, get off the fence and just go and do it.
So you may have seen most tickets are, $100 to $500. BYOB, for the value for what you get, it's a $300 value, but it's not 300. I'm here to serve you. I want to create success for you. I made it easy for everyone. It's only $25. Okay. And I will put the link in the messaging. You can get it there right now. And for those who are consistency champions, I'll send you a separate link. Okay, Greg, you don't need to worry about getting it. I'll hook you up. Consistency champions are my higher level coaching group. This elite members. They actually, part of the benefit, they get access to all of these things for free. So, but for those of you who are not consistency champions, it's $25. And here's the action taker, because I know a lot of you are action takers. Okay, is to give you a head start leading to the event. Anyone who purchases the ticket today, right, will get my series, the online duplication orientation series, for free. And this is a $97 value. You get a video series that shows you how to meet prospects, how to build rapport, kind of like the question that Mimi asked. Facebook groups, objection handling, doing live videos, training new reps. You all get that for free if you get the ticket today. Okay, so again, BYOB itself is a $300 value. You get the online duplication, it's $97 value. Total value is $93.97. You get all that for $25. You can go to mlmnation.com/BYOB. And you know what? I actually did even, this was a last minute surprise for you. I just want to make sure it works. Okay. Like I said, this was something like my son's Facebook schedule cleaned up. Yep, the link works. mlmnation.com/BYOB. Now, this is a cool part. Some of you are building content already. You can build a content library. It actually will show you how at the workshop where you not only create new content, but you also get to repurpose old content. And you have a calendar to schedule to do that. And that's how I would be able to create so much content. Now, there's two other things if you think about this. As a no BS money back guarantee, I guarantee you can get at least one new interested prospect for your product or business before the workshop ends, or your money back. Right? You get one new prospect. So at the here's the thing: when you do something alone, you procrastinate. Right? When you do something alone, you let your fear stop you, the negative self-talk. You get discouraged easily, and you don't show up. And that applies to other things, right? When you do something alone, you don't exercise as consistently, you don't stick to your diets, you get better results when you work together with others. And that's why I do this workshop. So we actually take action. So think about this. All this did was help you build up a content library that tracks prospects. Would it be worth $397? Of course. If all this did was help you sponsor one new person or customer, would it be worth $397? Yes, because the guy could be your next leader. That builds a huge team for you. It's not even $397, it's just $25. Okay, why am I doing it? Because I want new testimonials. That's what I'm doing. I want new testimonials, and I haven't done this like in over a year. Just talking about the stuff I'm teaching. That's why. Before we go to Q&A, last thing, this is a friend of mine, Maisha Nibs. She's been to BYOB, and she has a message for you.
BYOB is such an amazing workshop, and I feel like it's a game changer. I've been to so many different events where all you're doing is sitting down and taking notes that you probably wouldn't even reference in the future. But with this, you are doing 4 hours of massive action, 4 hours of prospecting. In that time, what you're doing is you're growing your friends list. You're connecting with real people. You are sending out your video presentations to your business, and you are following up and gathering decisions from people. So I really believe this is why it's such a game changer. And the best part is you have Simon right there who is answering questions. If you don't feel confident to answer somebody on the spot, or you need to get clarification about something, Simon is right there with us the whole time while you're doing this BYOB workshop. And it's group prospecting, which is amazing. And I feel like it teaches you the skill set of what you should do day in and day out to grow your business and become that top income earner or top enroller into your business. So I highly recommend this BYOB workshop. I can't wait to see everybody at the next one. Don't wait, just sign up and you'll start seeing results that night.
All right. So, hey, everyone, just head over right now. Go to mlmnation.com/BYOB and go register. And what happens is you all get the free $97 online duplication. Forward me your receipt. You all have my email, simon@mlmnation.com. And either me or my assistant will give you the link for that course, the online duplication or the $97 free course you get. All right. So, Brent, to answer your question, is what's the one on the content calendar? Oh, so going back to the content calendar that I'll create for you at the workshop is, so what it is, you talk about the enemy, right? Each one of these is a different, when I create the content, sometimes could be different themes. It's just the name of the post. So I create something about your greatest enemy is about yourself, or how to conquer yourself. So these are just names of content posts that I'll create for you. So when you look at it, you actually get a separate file that tells you what to post that day. Okay, it's a PDF that has all the content. You can copy and paste. I actually authorize and give you the rights. You can copy and paste it exactly word for word. Or you want to change a few things, you can do that as well. Right? But that is basically tells you what to post on that day. And the title of that thing was called Enemy. All right, that's an interesting question, but good question. All right, anything else? Last things before I know the hour went by super quick. Yeah, Again, for those who get the ticket, highly recommend. If you haven't gotten a ticket yet, I highly recommend it. Go and make sure you forward me the receipt, and I will give you access to the online duplication course. And again, this for Karen's question is, if you can't make it that day and time, you get the recording, and you still get the content. Okay, so and a lot of people have felt that. Let me just turn my screen off. A lot of people have felt that even just by having the replay play and working it, it's very, very helpful. Okay, because when you go through that, it's just not sitting there going through a class. Because we've been to a lot of those virtual events, you can get boring. You're actually doing stuff. So I was like, hey, we have 10 minutes now, reach out to 3 people. We're reaching out. And then, so a lot of these sessions, I love them because they're interesting. People, oh, my prospect said this, how do you reply back? And I'll guide you, right? So that would help you. You get access to the recording. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. Hey, I appreciate you for being here. Hopefully you liked it. Hey, did you like this? Drop in the 8 if you like it. It was a little different. I actually had all these slides prepared, but thinking instead of doing slides, let's make it interactive, more fun, right? It's actually more work. It's definitely using more of my brain power. I need to get some, drink some water. Definitely use a lot of my brain power to do these, but I want to serve you. I want to make sure everything's customized, relevant to you. Hey, share if this is helpful. Let others know about it. We'll probably do more of these master classes later, but definitely go to the workshop. It would definitely help you out, and you have nothing to lose. I'm telling you, you can get at least one new prospect. You've heard from what is done for other people, and at least one prospect. Okay, and for most of you, you can get a lot more. But thank you so much. Hey, thank you. Appreciate you, Cindy. Appreciate you, Amy. You're welcome, Balabasti. I appreciate that. Hey, I love that hunger and work ethic. I don't know what time it is out in South Africa. It was at 3 a.m., 2 a.m. You're still up. Abe Whitman, appreciate you. Ed Harris, glad you found it helpful. Jasper, glad you found it helpful. All right, everyone, time's up. Brent, and you're welcome. Thanks for the questions. God bless. Have an amazing day and amazing night. And remember, we're in the profession to help others. So go out there and have a positive impact on someone's life. God bless.